Do chicken tenders count as a sandwich? Because they're meat encased by breading?
I mean, you could. I would say that I'd classify it as a salad because a
Mm.
lot of times when you get chicken tenders, it's on top of like fries.
Hello, everybody. I'm Christian.
And I'm Ozzy.
And welcome back to That's the Flavor, episode number 37. Wah, 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 wah. I realize we've done that I've done those noises like 2 weeks in a row now, so for me, it's now getting old, you know.
I'm running out of fingers because I've been trying to do it, and
Uh-huh.
it's really hard whenever you only have 10 fingers.
I want you to know I'm very impressed by the fingers every week. I like seeing how you somehow make it work. Very impressed.
We try. Like we for sure got the 30.
Oh.
And so
Well,
then
welcome back to That's the Flavor, your weekly podcast where we sit down, hang out, have a good time, talk with each other, sometimes have the occasional guest on, and just shenanigans. Thank you guys for the support on last week's episode number 36. We should host Kids TV, which I definitely think we should. Teletubbies, Wiggles, Sesame Street, if you're out there, hit us up. You know, our business email is out there. That's the flavor at gmail.com. I'm just saying. I could be Tinky Winky or whatever the Teletubbies name is.
yep, Tinky
Yep.
Winky.
Tinky Winky.
Tinky Winky. And I'll be Winky Tinky.
Yeah. We're your
Yeah.
kids' children's hosts, Tinky Winky and Winky Tinky. Welcome back to
Hey,
Teletubbies.
hey, this is a cautionary tale. Hey, kid, do you want to smoke a cigarette? Oh no, I don't want to do that. Now that's good, kid. Be like poor Jimmy over here. Say no to cigarettes. They're bad for your health.
Welcome to the Teletubbies smoking special.
We only shoot in black and white.
If you want to hear more shenanigans like this, you can go ahead and find us at That's the Flavor on pretty much all social media. You can also find us as That's the Flavor on any of your favorite podcast services. That means Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, not Stitcher anymore because Stitcher shut down, which is kind of wild. RIP. But you can also find us over on YouTube if you want to see our beautiful faces each and every Monday at midnight when I release the episode. We're also over there. You can go ahead and watch us laugh, smile, cry in the
See
corner
our
sometimes.
various facial hair conglomerations throughout
where
the
we've
weeks.
been going like all over the place. If you look,
There
there's
has
been
been.
like an arc.
There
There's
has
an
been.
arc. Yeah,
And also, we always wear different hats too. It's kind of fun.
it's true. I've been trying to mix it up with like all the ones I got in the background there.
Yeah. Well, see,
like,
I work today, so I didn't have the time to change. So,
I was gonna say I think I have the Wilderness Explorer one on right now from Disney World.
well, see, I thought about doing it because, fun fact, taste buds, Christian and I got matching Wilderness Explorer hats.
It's true because we're Wilderness
Disney.
Explorers. We earned like 2 badges at.
We earned like 7.
We earned.
At least
did we
I
earn 7
did.
badges?
I earned 7. I went ham.
I don't think we did.
I went ham.
Hmm?
You know.
Yeah, it's true.
Roar.
It's true. Rar. Oz, I'm gonna need you to vamp for a minute. Go.
Oh, vamping.
Go.
Oh, I love vamping. All right. Well, as per always, taste buds. I always like to express my gratitude. I know Christian says it a lot of times, but just know I appreciate you. We seriously would not be here without you. Wonderful. Glad you guys are taste buds. I wouldn't want it either way. But for all of you that are probably curious, I've talked about frequently that I work at Starbucks, right? And we've talked about creating That's the Flavor drink. And I think I mentioned either last week or the week before that I think I have finally perfected it. So for any of you Starby fans out there or, just want to get a nice drink, this is what you would order. Say if you want to get the That's the Flavor drink, or as I am calling it, the flavorful drink. It's kind of our spin on a fruit punch. I feel like it's very, very much that's the flavor. So folks, get whatever size you want. We can go from 12 ounces to 30 ounces, as this is a cold beverage. And there are two alterations. I think I'm basically just gonna call it the Christian and then the Aussie variant, because Christian's like a big pineapple guy, and I mean I like pineapple, but I don't like it in this drink. I think it's a little overpowering for me, but that's just me personally. But how you start off with the drink is that you order a strawberry acai refresher, all right? You get no water. If you want the fruit, feel free to get the fruit. I mean, that's your prerogative. I personally don't do the fruit, but, to all its own. And so you'll get the strawberry base. You say no water because you don't want that water, but you know what you're going to add? You're going to add that mango base, because then you're getting that mango and that dragon fruit flavor in there. And then for the Christian variant, like I said, then this is when you'll add the pineapple refresher base. And then you're going to throw in some peach juice in there, just getting like the full flavor, right? Now, if you want to do the Aussie flavorful drink, then so it's going to be the same way. You're going to start with the strawberry acai refresher, no water. Like I said, for me personally, I'm a no fruit kind of guy, so like I say no fruit, but like if you want fruit, do it. It comes with the drink, so it's no extra charge. And then you're going to get the mango base instead of the pineapple. You're going to get apple juice. And I know what you're thinking. Whoa, Ozzy, that's a little weird. Be like, I know, but it works really well. And then you're also going to get the peach juice. And then, in both of them, you're going to top it off with light passion tango tea. And this is just to give it its flavor, like to give its color, because we here at That's the Flavor, we're very colorful. We like color. I mean, we literally discussed, like, if you could smell a color or taste a color, what would you want it to be?
I'd like to point out that I have been back for a solid 2 minutes, and I just let you keep going.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very passionate about this.
Yeah. I've been here watching the timer ticker of our recording. It's been like a 3-minute vamp, and I'm very proud of you.
As a barista, trainer, also possible future coffee master. I really value
what a cool name.
My
Coffee
etiquette
master.
In terms of beverages. Do I stand with the company? Hell no. I think the company is a piece of shit.
We're thinking, okay. All right.
As it is a big corporation, and all of the stores that have unionized, good for them. I'm fortunate enough to not be in that bad of a one. We're just horribly understaffed, but who isn't understaffed these days?
Right.
So, but off on that little tangent. I'll send the notes to Christian so he can put it in the description. So for all of you Starbucks lovers out there, feel free to try it out.
I'm gonna start putting in the description of everything. It's gonna just be like all of our links, like all of Beth and Cameron's links, and then underneath that there's gonna be a section that's just Starbucks drink order for That's the Flavor drink.
Exactly. And I mean, if you're feeling real saucy and it's like kind of warm out, I bet you could probably blend it, and it would also be pretty good.
Ooh, okay.
So you can have a slushy. But if you are gonna blend it, get the cream base just so it doesn't separate.
Speaking of
Ozzy's Starbucks segment.
Thank you, Ozzy, for your Starbucks segment. I appreciate that vamp. Speaking of fruit, have you seen like this like the fruit cereal that's on TikTok right now?
Fruit Loops? I mean,
no. Like
it's funny
fruit,
you say
like
that because
fruit cereal.
Okay, no, I haven't seen the fruit cereal.
Okay, we'll come back to that now.
But somebody did say they were like, Fruit Loops are just gay Cheerios, and they should just be called Queerios. And I haven't stopped thinking about it because it's pretty valid.
Yeah, that's fair. Also, I just want you to know right now, Ozzy, there's an ongoing YouTube poll of what Halloween cereal is everybody's favorite, and the three options are Boo Berry, Count Chocula, and Frankenberry, and Boo Berry is winning by 75% right now. I just want you to know.
What's next? Count Chocula?
Count Chocula with 1 vote, and then Frankenberry with no votes.
I'm Count Chocula, so I'll make that 2 votes. I'm on my
But also, if you want to go ahead and vote for
your,
your, actually no, the poll might be over by the time this episode comes out. I was gonna be like, go no. By the time the episode comes out, you have time because we're recording in live time. But I'm saying by the time this episode comes out, it'll be probably over because I was gonna tell the audience to go vote in the poll, but like they're not gonna hear this episode for another like couple of days.
Yeah, you might just have to revamp it and be like poll part 2. We could do like a death battle thing, like
yeah.
You know.
Also, we don't have the production money for a death battle.
Well, if you hear us death battle, message us. That's the flavor.
Hey, death battle. You want to watch 2 cereals fight?
Also, oh my gosh, our 100th could be me and you.
Fighting?
I think we'd probably just take each other out. I really do
100%.
believe this.
Yeah, we definitely like blood packed beforehand. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, on this, it's funny that this kind of got on, not forced, you know, it just kind of made its way. So, I got into a conversation with my mom.
Okay.
And I asked her, I was just like, do you think I'm intimidating? And she said, no, absolutely not.
I gotta agree with your mom. I'm not gonna lie.
And I got a little offended. And so then, sorry, Christian, you're probably going to be a little offended, but I was like, well, I'm more intimidating than Christian, right? And then she was just like, I don't know. He's taller than you. And I was just like, that doesn't mean anything in terms of intimidation.
Well, okay. I don't think either of us are that intimidating.
Agreed.
But I think we have also, in our friendship and in our lives, had intimidating moments. Because I can think of some, like...
It's, yeah, like, I feel like it depends on the opportunity and the instance. Like,
yes.
I mean, there are people that I feel like are just always intense, like
right,
Bruce
right,
Willis. Right. But I mean, that's Bruce Willis.
Is Bruce Willis always intense?
I don't know. I see you say Bruce Willis or I say Bruce Willis, and I think Die Hard, man.
Yeah, but like outside of like I don't know, it's like I don't know. Yeah, sure, Bruce Willis maybe, but also like let's think like recent Bruce Willis, you know, like.
No, he's still pretty intense.
Yeah, you think?
Okay,
Denzel Washington. Now, see if I had to pick an intimidating person, Denzel.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Think about him like the Equalizer, dude. Like.
Oh, see, but Denzel's like actually like a really nice guy, I've heard.
Well, sure, but like he's also Denzel Washington.
Yeah, I mean, but then it's the same way.
But
like,
my point is, I
Willis.
feel like he could like on a dime, like, oh hey, what's up? How you doing, Tuck?
I mean, I feel like a lot of actors who are known for being very intense and slightly intimidating could do that.
I mean, sure.
Because I mean, I think you could also pull the fact of like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Dave Bautista.
Which is great because like all like literally those 3 are all like pretty nice dudes in real life.
Yeah, I know.
Like, so like,
and also 2 of those 3 dudes, if not 3 of them, have definitely not Sylvester Stallone, but Schwarzenegger and Batista. Weren't they both in WWE? I know Batista was.
I don't think Arnold was. No.
He's a politician though.
Correct. You know, so pivoting back, swinging it way back around to this fruit cereal.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that's where we started.
Yeah.
Queerios.
No, not Queerios. But what it is so you take strawberry milk.
I love strawberry milk.
And you open it up and you set it off to the side because you do not pour your milk first, you animals.
Yeah, I know.
It's cereal, then milk. So you just open up that milk, set it off to the side. If you put your milk in first, I just want to talk. I just want to talk.
You're not going to leave that conversation. Just warning you. But also, sorry to do another quick sidebar, but like, why are you opening the milk and putting it to the side?
Because in this story, in this explanation, I started with the milk first on accident, and then realized I was about to say you pour the milk into the bowl first, and had to correct that. So I guess what I should say is you take the milk out of the fridge. You realize, wait, I don't put milk in my cereal first, and you put it back in the fridge to come back to later.
Okay, that makes me feel a little better. Because I just very much picture you taking off the lid, putting the lid, and setting the milk on the counter.
30 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It takes you that long to pour your cereal?
No, but I'm saying you gotta let the milk get to room temperature.
Ew. Thank you.
But what you do is you cut up like a watermelon or like a honeydew.
Okay.
You cut up a like strawberry, cut like a couple strawberries, so forth.
Okay.
Some raspberries,
Yeah.
and there's one other fruit I forget.
Blueberries, blackberries,
No, it's not a berry. It's not a berry.
bananas.
Yes, no, it is actually banana. Good call. Good call. Thank you. And you put all that like into like a container or a bowl, and then you take the milk out of the fridge because you put it back in the fridge after realizing that all your fruits like cut up in the bowl. Yeah, your strawberry milk. You uncap it and you like pour it into the bowl. And then
Interesting pouring technique.
And then you put it back into the fridge to like chill for a little bit and like, you know, conglomerate. And then after a little bit, you take it out and you eat it. And apparently it's supposed to taste really good. But people on TikTok have been calling it like fruit cereal, in quotes.
That just seems like a variation of fruit salad, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I think more liquidly, so it's more like fruit soup.
Oh yeah, well then that's just going back to the like, what is it in this world that everything can be classified as either a sandwich, a soup, or a salad?
Which is true. Because like hot dog sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I mean, yeah, in terms of like the paper definition, yeah.
Yeah. Cereal.
Pasta. Pasta's just a salad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Soup is a salad.
Do chicken tenders count as a sandwich? Because they're meat encased by breading?
I mean, you could. I would say that I'd classify it as a salad because a lot of times when you get chicken tenders, it's on top of like fries.
Right, but I'm saying just the chicken tenders. I don't disagree with that. If there's fries involved, then yes, it's a salad. But if you're like getting just chicken tenders, is it a sandwich?
Yeah, I guess there would be a class. Yeah, there'd be like a finger sandwich.
Yeah. That's the real reason chicken tenders are called finger food.
Exactly, because they're finger sandwich.
Yeah.
I'm curious about this fruit cereal though.
I know. I kind of want to try it now.
I know. I'm curious about
Taste buds, let us know if you think that we should try this fruit cereal and you want to see us record our reactions to trying it. Let us know down in the comments or on social media and so forth. Be like, try it, and we'll be like, okay, cool. Yeah,
that's literally what we'll say.
It's that simple.
We will say okay, and then we will eat it.
Yeah. What's great is like I'm not even a big fruit guy, but like I'll still try it. Like
I like fruit.
Yeah. The only like stipulation I have is like I don't like the bananas being in it because like they're already a soggy.
See, that's what I'm worried about though. Yeah. Having it sit in the fridge, isn't that just going to make your fruit soggy?
I'm currently I'm gonna Google this. I'm curious.
Like, personally, I usually, like, if I eat fruit, I like to cut it up and then eat it then, or, like, if I cut it up, then I just keep it in the fridge by itself. Because, I mean, fruit by itself's already pretty juicy and moist. So the thought of having it, like, simmer in milk, or sit, not
where
simmer.
is this one? First off, the video I just saw of this version of it was disgusting. It was just fruit pieces in water. And I was like, why don't you just eat fruit at that point?
Why not it's just fruit infused water.
Exactly. Just put it in a bottle and drink it, you nerd.
Yeah, or just eat rinse the water and eat the,
Speaking of fruit water, so you know how like there's the circle water bottle, right? The one that has like the hot cartridges in it, and then you drink it.
Yeah, I've been very curious about it.
Same. There's one that I'm more curious about though. So it's called Air Up, and what it is, it's these scent sticks that you wrap around the front of your like water bottle nozzle before you drink it. And whenever you drink the water, you smell the smell off the cartridge, and apparently because of that, you then taste whatever cartridge it is.
Yeah, you trick yourself.
Yeah. So I'd also really curious about to try that. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that could get...
We also need to make a video where we try different water bottles.
I feel like that could be crazy, though.
Yeah.
Like, imagine some of the... like...
Well, because, yeah,
I don't know if it's because I had chili cheese dogs for dinner, but the thought of just having like a hot dog stick and then you drink it, and so it tastes like hot dog water. Like that sounds. I mean, I don't know why you do that, but I mean that's an opportunity. That's like when SodaStream was big and somebody freaking carbonated milk. Like that's the kind of shit that I feel like would happen with this.
So speaking, you know how they carbonated milk? What if you carbonate clam chowder?
Oh my god. What would
start like carbonating soups instead of like
all
like
I'm
drinks?
thinking is like what happens to the clams? Like what happens if you try to carbonate a solid? Does anything happen?
I'm pretty sure it just aerates.
So it's gonna expand, so it eventually
Yeah, it'll be like
explodes.
just big clam chunks.
I don't think it's big. I think you're just gonna have pulp. Like you're gonna have clam pulp.
Well, if it
and
explodes,
pulp.
it depends on how much pressure the clam chunk can hold.
I can't imagine a lot. Have you seen the surface area
feel
of a
like-
clam? It's not big.
I feel like we need to buy a SodaStream to test this. We're kind of a lot of content ideas on episode 37 here, y'all. We're gonna put clam chowder in a SodaStream.
Yeah, this sounds just like an entire liquid test.
Welcome to Liquid Test, where we put liquids inside our SodaStream to see what happens, and then we try it. No, because then we'd have to drink. We'd have to drink carbonated clam chowder.
Oh, you're the one that
God.
said it. Now we have to do it. That does not sound fun. But,
Carbonated tomato soup.
In terms of intrusive thoughts, because I feel like this is an intrusive thought.
It was 100% intrusive.
You want to hear what I did the other day?
Yeah, sure.
So those electric fly swatters?
Did you touch one?
I've touched it multiple times. I press the button. It doesn't do anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
The intrusive thought won, and I said, well, what if I swing it like I'm going to
Oh, God.
hit a fly? Mind you, I'm doing this on my 30 at my work, like my lunch break, my 30-minute break, and I'm just in the back, and I'm like, what if I did this? And one of my coworkers is taking out the trash, and they come back like right as
Oh,
I hit it.
no.
I lost feeling of my finger. It was tingly for like 5 minutes. Pretty sure my heart stopped.
It's fun. So I did the same thing where my dad bought one, and he was like, swinging around. He's like, I can't get this to work. Like, it's not working. Like, I've touched it and I don't feel anything. And he's like, so he comes into my room and he goes, you do it. And I was like, no, like, what? No, I don't want to. So I was like, touching. I was like, oh, nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. And then we realized, you got to touch both ends together so it makes a connection. And then he's like, well, now try it. And I was like, no, like, now we know what to do. I don't want to do it. Eventually I did it anyway. And it was like, like the prank gum that like zapped your, it was like a worse version of that because I like grabbed down on it like you would like a piece of gum or something, and just like felt like it felt like my thumb like snapped, and I was like, I can't move it. It's tingling. Oh man.
And welcome to the new That's the Flavor segment, the intrusive thoughts one.
I feel like that's just the podcast in general.
The intrusive thoughts one.
Yeah, I feel like that's a lot of the podcast in general. It's just intrusive thoughts one.
Yeah, I guess that is kind of fair, but I mean that's how you get the best stories.
Yeah, it's true. So I'm looking at this Air Up website, right? And so,
oh yeah,
this
is
unfortunately,
the one with
the nose rings. Well, not nose rings, but scent rings. But there isn't a chili cheese dog one. But there is strawberry lemongrass, wild berry, cherry, mango passion fruit.
What's Megan smell like? Is that like the doll? Like Megan doll? Or is it just like canonically this is what
smells
every
like metal and
person,
plastic, like
or is this just canonical, like every Megan smells like this?
It's probably that. There's iced tea peach, there is raspberry lemon, watermelon, apple, peach, lemon, orangeade, blueberry, orange vanilla, cucumber, and basil lemon. And each pack comes with 3 rings, and then each ring is good for 4 gallons of water, which is kind of interesting.
How does that measurement work?
I don't know.
Is there like a cap that goes on it so when you're not drinking it, so it covers the scent ring? Or is the scent ring
I don't know.
exposed?
Now I gotta open up the website again. Hang on. Stand by. Now you got me curious.
I'm just curious about.
Yes. So here, so looking at the website, we've got bottle, right?
Yeah, bottle. Got
Then
it.
you got the cap, and on the cap, the scent ring slots in the cap.
Okay.
So like there's and then there's a nozzle, and then there's it closes. So yes, every time you open it, the scent ring is like right there. You go
pre-exposed. Gotcha.
Yeah, and then you close it up and you're good.
Interesting. So what if you drink it really fast? It's still only good for 4 gallons.
I don't know. Let's set.
Sounds like a science experiment.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because, like, are they basing this measurement off of, like, the average on how long it takes an average human to drink 4 gallons of water? Also, how does this work? Because, I mean, do you drink, you're not supposed to drink 4 gallons of water a day, right? I mean, some people are, because it depends on your body mass.
Oh, right,
but, like,
right.
So then, I mean, I guess, if you could...
Here, I'm going to the how it works. Days? I'm going to the how it works page. So... The first we're on the how it works page on the Air Up website. The first hydration system that flavors water through scent alone. Natural flavors are transported through your mouth up to your nose. Pull up your pod to experience a world of flavor. Push the pod down to deactivate and stop the flavor. Still or sparkling, the choice is yours. Go for it. Hold the bottle upright when sipping for maximum flavor intensity. How it works. Step 1, fill your bottle of water. And the bottle is has a tilted cap, so it tilts towards your face. Step 2, activate your flavor pod. And it looks like the flavor pod, you kind of lock it in and then you push it down. And then step 3, you sip. You don't tilt for maximum flavor. Retronasal, the science behind it. The thing about taste is that around 80% of what we perceive as flavor is actually derived from what we're smelling. Many people assume that taste is entirely achieved through our tongues and our taste buds, but in reality, the tongue is only partially responsible for a portion of the flavor experience. They use the word flavor in their description. Hey, Air Up, if you're out there and you want to sponsor an up-and-coming podcast, our business email is that'stheflavor@gmail.com.
Dude, you can customize your starter pack.
Yeah. So if Air Up, you're drinking just water and experiencing flavor through scent. And there's a bunch of frequently asked questions, but it just kind of tricks your brain into thinking you're drinking iced tea or whatever. Yeah. Which is really interesting from a science perspective.
It is.
Yeah.
Christian, all I'm saying is we can get their 2 colors. I can get royal blue and you can get electric orange.
Oh my god. I want electric orange so bad. So there is one other thing I wanted to talk to you about this episode.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you're ready to pivot away from the Air Up water bottle yet. I'm letting you have your moment.
I'm just amazed.
Yeah. Amazed by science.
Wow. Sip, sip, hooray. You're all set.
Are you ordering one?
Set. I kind of want to.
Are you ordering one on the podcast?
I kind of want to. I mean, I'm thinking about it. But your boy's a little broke.
I mean, hey, we've all been there.
We're just going to let it sit in an open tab.
Yeah, smart. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, come back to it, yeah.
Yeah.
But last week we touched on the actors and writers strike, right? Beluga.
Whale.
Which is not related to the actors and writers strike. It's related to the orca strike, but still. Either way, and we touched on it, right? We were talking about pay your actors and writers, so forth. Well, today's YouTube short, at the time of recording this that came out, was the one talking about that. And I just want to really quickly clarify and touch base that when we say pay your actors and writers, we're not talking about the leading stars, the millionaires, the ones that are paid in set.
The 1%.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, we're talking about the guys who it's just their normal 9 to 5. They get paid $20 an hour, so forth, or whatever it is. We're talking about the guys that don't get guaranteed health care built into their contracts under the union and so forth. The ones that simply aren't making a livable wage. The ones that in an era of streaming aren't making residuals on any of their projects because of the way the streaming era of content works. Like TV residuals don't exist in the streaming space, and that's part of the problem. We're talking about like protecting their likeness from being used in AI circumstances, like, because lest we forget, there was an original agreement in place that was about to end the whole strike pretty early on, and the reason it didn't go through, it was going to give actors everything: a pay increase, guaranteed health care, so forth. And the one thing companies tried to do, your bigger guys like your Netflix, your Disney, your Amazon, were like, okay, but if we do this, we get to upload your digital likeness into our archives to use whenever we want through AI means. That was their stipulation, and SAG-AFTRA went, no, that's stupid, because they weren't going to pay. They were going to pay every actor that got like archived like a one-time fee for using it, and then that was it.
Yeah, and they could just have free domain on their.
So again, just to clarify, because there were some comments on today's YouTube short, like talking about like, oh, like we don't need to pay them. They should just go get a new job instead and like stop complaining. Like, we aren't talking about your superstars who are also going out there and picketing and so forth, because they were also in that spot one point. Like, we're talking about your actors and your writers that are working like the normal 9 to 5 days and so forth, and like making the same amount of money that you and I make, and so forth, and like sometimes even less in some circumstances. And then you got to remember that to do this work, they're out there in Hollywood and in LA, where prices on everything are insane through the roof. So then you factor that into effect, like, they just want to be able to like buy their groceries and pay their rent, and a lot of them can't even do that. Like, that's the thing. And that's what it comes down to. And I've seen a lot of people also say like, oh, well, they just got to go ahead and put in the work as actors, you know, they got to go ahead and just like work like everybody else. And
it doesn't work like that.
No, it doesn't, because you can. This was something that was like taught to me very early on when I was earning my theater degree, which I have. Like, it's sitting over there on I think on my dresser, or like next to my dresser, so forth. But like, you can put in as much work as you want. You can take as many classes, get as many degrees, certifications, so forth. It doesn't matter, because 80% of being an actor is still getting lucky.
I mean, yeah, it's 100%. Like, it's not. Yeah. There's no joke. You will talk to any actor, no matter how big or small they are. Literally the synonymous saying with acting and performing arts, not even just acting, is being in the right place at the right time.
Yes.
Is like, that is literally half the battle. Like, you could be the most talented person. You could have the same talent as Brad Pitt, but if you are not at the right place in front of the right person at the right exact time in the right area, doesn't matter. But also, too, to like the people who are saying, well, just like, oh, go find another job, or oh, work harder. A lot of people don't realize how hard of a job acting is, because a lot of the things that you see up there, they're acting, but if to get it to a point of like the praise that it deserves, it's a very rocky place for them to get there. And also on the same side, yeah, you say that, what are you going to do in your free time whenever your favorite actor's not doing your favorite show anymore? Or, oh, I can't go watch this anymore. Like, I don't think you realize how much of the entertainment industry has shaped our lives and shapes our lives to this day. Because, I mean, yeah.
Like, also, to be clear, like, because yes, acting in itself is difficult, and again, we're not comparing that difficulty to like anything of like being like let's just say like a doctor or a first responder, or like in the military. Like, everything has their own levels of difficulty and like so forth. Like, what may be difficult for you isn't difficult for somebody else. Like, just to be clear, like that's also the case. Like, acting is a difficult thing, but like, we are not saying that it is more difficult than anything else. Yeah. And it's also like the fact of, okay, go find a different job or work somewhere else. Like, that's also not how it works in that sphere. Like, if, for example, because there's a strike going on right now, nobody's doing anything. So like, if you want to go find another job, you can't, because nobody else is doing anything. And you could be like, oh, well, they should stop striking. No, because they also deserve like guaranteed healthcare and benefits, and in like proper, like structured guaranteed pay. Like, So no, they're not
striking, then it was for nothing, because then the entertainment industry will literally just go right back to what it is. Or you want to
talk about the fact that, like, oh no, my train of thought. Don't leave the station. No, please. Choo choo.
Choo choo.
I really forget what I was gonna say, because again, I'm just a little fired up about this, because it's like, it's not the, nobody's sitting here saying give Tom Cruise more money. Like, that's not the goal of it. That's not the point of it.
And I mean, it's not even.
Well, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, I mean, it's even more than just the money. And like, I think that's something that people
Correct.
have to realize
very
too,
fair.
is like, it's when they say livable wage, like, that's pretty sad that they have to ask for a livable wage, especially because, I mean, Christian and I were kind of talking about this before we started recording, but there's such a stigma and there's also such a stereotype whenever it comes. Like, I feel like a lot of people instantly think like, oh, actor, they make tons of money. Christian and I are both actors. I am a working actor. I have been auditioning in my side stuff. I still have to do a full-time job so I can pay all the things I can. And if I am lucky enough to get a gig, like, yeah, I'll get it, but I can't quit my other job for it. Like, I don't have that luxury because I have to keep my benefits. I have to keep, like, all of these things. And that's what people, I don't think, are realizing. Like, yes, it's always, like, in our economy and also just, I think, our social system, like, everybody just thinks, well, how much do you make? How much do you make? You're not taking into account how many taxes are getting taken out because of where you live. And like you said, a lot of these actors and writers live in New York City and in LA. Their taxes are higher because the amount of public transportation and the public health and public schools, and like, because their population is greater, they are going to have more people, and if they have more people, that means they have to pay for more taxes, and there's that. And then also you have to take into account how much they have to pay for healthcare, and like, healthcare is fucking stupid in America. Like, and that's not like, that's it.
And like, just to like, yes, we are both actors, and on the very flip side of that, I am someone who at this moment in time, like, isn't doing a ton of acting. Why? Because in my brain it clicked in on how luck based it is, and realizing that I didn't want to keep throwing shit at the wall until something stuck. You know what I mean? I didn't want to do that. And that was a personal realization that I had, where it was more like, I will do it as a hobby here and there, at least for the time being, unless I like the spark gets lit again and I go down some crazy path. But like, of knowing that fact of how luck based it is, not even talking about the fact of how unstable the wages and the living situations are, just knowing that to even get a chance at something in general, it was like a 90 to 1 odds. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's that small of a chance. I don't actually, are 90 to 1 odds that's dire? I don't know. I don't gamble, but like, either way,
I don't either, but
it's one of those things where I was like, it's not worth it. Especially, I thought about doing the whole move to New York or move to a big city, like an urban area, to like go ahead and like audition for stuff. And then I realized it just wasn't worth it, because like, it's just not worth chancing your entire life on that. And maybe some it is, to be fair, to some it is entirely is, but for me, I was like, I don't see the value in that. I feel like there are like smarter ways that I can use my creativity, my acting experience, so forth. And that's part of the reason why That's the Flavor exists. Like, but yeah, like, this entire reason of like people not having a livable wage or like healthcare and so forth is part of the reason why like I'm not an actor, like in a more frequent sense, like, because of just like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. And I mean, even how you said it, like, I don't think everybody realizes the amount of people who do attempt to be an actor or attempt to do performing arts and be a writer and do all of these things, of how many of them do try, like, do attempt to shoot the ship, attempt to do it, and nobody realizes how many fail. And like, that's the saddest part. Like, I mean, for all you know, your parents could have tried. I mean, your grandparents could have tried. Your neighbor could have tried. You don't know. And like, that's the saddest thing. But I mean, if you believe in like alternate dimensions or different timelines, like, there's a timeline that your neighbor was Tom Cruise. Not like Tom Cruise, but like, yeah, Billy Bob the neighbor was like the star of Mission Impossible kind of thing. Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, it just comes down to like, I just want to take the time to clarify and like kind of like lay it all out there, because I feel like one, we did ourselves an injustice last episode by like not fully explaining it, but also like just to fully explain it to like listeners and stuff as well, being like, and I know there are people out there that are like, hey, Christian, I didn't need the 15-minute like explanation, but like I felt like I needed to like vent it out there and explain, especially after the YouTube short stuff today, because got into a couple internet arguments with some people over like reasonings, but yeah. And then I'll say it again. I said it last week. Like, Disney, Netflix, Amazon, just pay your people. Somebody did the breakdown to end it off on this note. Somebody did the breakdown because Disney was just talking about wanting to increase their theme park like revenue and like size and like attractions and stuff by like 8%, right? Like just, and they're gonna add a section into their budget that was gonna increase like their budget by like this much. And the post was like, because of them doing this, they're still not paying their actors and writers, which would be a 0.88% increase in their budget with the proposed deal that is on the table right now. Not just one person, not so forth. It would just Disney as a whole. It would be a 0.88% increase to their budget to pay the writers and actors and stuff what they are asking, to give them the guaranteed health care and so forth. 0.8%. So I'm gonna end it on that note.
Just let that sit with you. Yeah, I think that's a strong way. Yep, that is. Yeah.
Of Disney's budget.
Yeah.
Speaking of Disney, did you hear that a bear broke into Magic Kingdom?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I thought
shut
that
down
was
like
crazy.
half of the park, which is great.
I know. I was like, damn.
One bear, man, ravaged like all of Frontierland, Adventureland, and Liberty Square. Like half the park was shut down.
Good for that black bear.
Yeah, honestly, good for him.
I mean,
or them, yeah,
or her, yeah. Good for that bear.
Yeah, good for the bear.
I
What's great though is there's
I didn't
video
even
footage.
know bears were native in Florida.
So, there were a lot of instances during COVID where like when the parks were shut down of like animals coming in, like snakes, bears, alligators, so forth. And so like it does happen
into Disney.
Yeah, like they were just wandering around the parks hanging out.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, and it's pretty great because there's footage on like TikTok and so forth, like your Disney like TikTokers and so forth. They're like walk around in the park early in the morning, and like half the park was shut down, and none of the cast members could say why. They're just like, oh, it's due to like a significant like reason and so forth, and that's it. But like that's all they were saying. So everyone's like, what the hell happened that half the park is shut down? Turns out it's just a black bear like hanging out, roaming around the park.
I know. Oh, because I saw that. I saw the day it happened, like some person was like live streaming on TikTok and was like, yo, half the park's closed. And I was like, oh, this is like a scam, like whatever. And then it came out and I was like,
well, and luckily it didn't happen when the park was more busy, because I could only imagine, because of the section of park that was shut down, like Pirates of the Caribbean and like Haunted Mansion and stuff were shut down. And from my time at Disney working there, like Pirates of the Caribbean and Haunted Mansion are like two of the biggest like people pushers in the sense of like getting through people like rides and so forth. Like they just keep lines and people moving and interested. So like the fact that both those were shut down, luckily it was only like early in the morning, but
yeah.
Which I realized
they got
now
the bear out safely, right?
Yeah, I think they let it ride Haunted Mansion a couple times so forth.
Rad.
Yeah, had a good time.
Good.
Yeah. Good. No, they sent in a strike team to eliminate the bear.
No.
Mickey, Goofy, and Donald dropped into Liberty Square and they took out the bear.
A gosh, Mickey. Oh, Goofy. I need you to. Hi, Mabel. Say hi to the taste buds. I'll be ripped out my earbud.
Hi, Mabel. Oh boy, Chippendale, run a distraction. Go.
And Donald over there. I told you, Mickey, letting the country bears was a bad choice.
Oh man.
Shut up, Donald.
Oh man, to be a bear in Disney World. Be a bear in Disney World.
Imagine.
Speaking of Disney World, I'm just going to keep segueing you into connecting things. Saw an article the other day.
People mover.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Saw an article the other day of a Florida man who got arrested for trying to cross the Atlantic Ocean and go from like Florida to Europe is where he wanted to go in his mind, using this like inflatable buoyancy device he made out of like one of those like plastic balls, a bunch of lobster cages, and like buoys and stuff. So it was like this cylindrical. Let me see if I can't find the actual article.
That's
a man tries to cross.
I'm impressed and intrigued by the ingenuity of this Florida man, but also I'm very confused in terms of.
Yeah. Okay. Here it is. It's from September 6th. I'm looking at an article from BBC News. Florida man arrested after trying to cross Atlantic in hamster wheel vessel. A Florida man was arrested after trying to, quote unquote, run to London across the Atlantic Ocean in a homemade vessel resembling a hamster wheel. And yeah, what it is it in the center is like a couple of seats, like 2 seats, and like a paddle boat scenario. And the outside are these 2 big paddles that are also covered in like flotation buoys. Mm-hmm. And so his plan was to like paddle across the ocean.
Why'd they arrest him?
Let's see. The U.S. Coast Guard intercepted Reza Bellucci about 70 miles off of Tybee Island, Georgia, on August 26th. Officials say the 44-year-old marathon runner refused to leave the vessel for 3 days. He's tried 3 similar voyages before, all of which ended in Coast Guard intervention. Let's see. Officials refused to step off the vessel. Officials said he refused to step off the vessel and threatened to kill himself. He also claimed that he had a bomb on board, according to the court papers. On September 1st, he eventually surrendered and abandoned his vessel after being brought to a Coast Guard base in Miami. The officials later determined the bomb had been fake. He is now facing federal charges of obstruction of a boarding and violation of a captain of the port order. Looks like because he like refused like a Coast Guard boarding, that's why. I don't know. He also faked a bomb threat either. I just saw the Florida
that
man.
Makes sense.
That takes a different turn. I thought it was just
I didn't see
Florida
that.
Man.
See, all I'm thinking is like, Florida man just like literally floating in the ocean.
70 miles off the to be fair, like that's a long.
Like how can you arrest somebody of that? So like here's what I'm saying. Like if he would have let the Coast Guard board, or he would have willingly got off and be like, hey, I'm just trying to do this thing, would they have been like, yeah, sure, go ahead? Like,
I don't think so, because like it's still an unidentified vessel, like especially after you get out into like open waters. I mean, 70 miles out is still pretty open waters, but like there's always tensions like running into a boat, like not being able to like move, not being able to communicate. Like there's so many outside factors. Makes sense. That doesn't really like might not endanger him, but endangers everybody else on the water.
Well, I mean, I think it definitely would endanger him, because I really feel like if a ship hit him,
no, sure, like no. To be clear, he would be in danger, but like it would also endanger many.
It's gonna endanger. Yes. It's just curious. I mean, also I don't know feasibly how far he could have gotten, because like it doesn't sound like he had any opportunity / ability to eat. Unless he was using the lobster traps to
he's
like
live catching stuff as he's pedaling.
But then at the same time, then he has to eat that raw. And also, where is he getting his water? Is he drinking his own urine?
Is he stopping to sleep? Because if he stops to sleep, he's gonna drift, and who knows where he'd wake up, and he'd have no idea of like navigation.
Yeah. But then if you don't rest, then he will die of exhaustion.
Also, or he'll just die of like lactic acid and build up from pedaling all the damn time. Like
that too. But I mean, also you're going to be in the sun for the full amount of time.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're not going to have any UV protection.
No.
So that's also another.
I don't know how well this plan was thought out.
I mean, this just makes me this makes me think of the back to so many weeks ago of the Florida man and the Chick-fil-A, and like this makes me still stand that the alligators are
No, I think it's this level of dedication that would cause the Chick-fil-A workers to win. Again, I stand like.
I mean, you still only said that it was like 5 Florida men.
Yeah, but I think 5 Florida men could take on 50 gators.
I don't know. I still stand with the Gators.
I don't know. Especially if one of them's like one of the guys from that Gator Hunter like TV show on History Channel from like way back when. That's literally called Gator Hunter, and it was literally about them hunting gators for the season. Like, get one of those guys who's got like a dead-eye aim on like the crit spot on a gator, because it's basically what it is. Like, yeah, every alligator has a crit spot basically. If you want to video game it, it's like there's like a quarter-sized like spot on the back of their head that's like bam, kill shot. And like there are some people on that show that are just like, oh, we got a gator, we got a live one, bam, crit shot, dead. Like. So if like I have one of those Florida men, like we're even more golden, like because that guy's just gonna be like.
Question. Why? Okay, this poses. I think okay. I got like 2 questions based off of this. Okay. So, one, why are we killing gators?
Well, because they're like attacking in the Chick-fil-A.
Oh, I mean in Chick-fil-A, yes.
Yeah.
But I mean in the show.
Oh, because there's like a gator hunting license. Like, it's the same thing as, like, hunting deer or so forth. And so they're, like, commercial gator hunters.
Okay.
And you gotta think about the same thing with, like, deer in our area. Like, it keeps, like, the population down. Like, it's also used for, like, meat and food. So, like, it all works out.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, question number 2.
Okay. And then question number 2 is, then I feel like if you're going to have that kind of expert, then I assume, because like I said, you
have the king of the gators.
Yeah, but these gators are sentient, basically. But it's like an equivalent of like a Steve Irwin gator, though. So like it's like the bridge between humanity and gators, and it's just like, hey. You don't need to do this. And then if it doesn't work, then he pulls out a stingray and then he fucking kills the Florida man.
His weapon is a stingray, just like stab.
I mean, it's like manta ray and all the other black manta, like all the different.
Who would win in a fight? One cracked out Florida man, like ready to go gator hunting, or the king of the gators with a manta ray weapon, like
Steve and what would it be?
Steve.
Alligator win. Alligator win. As in Steve Irwin, but alligator win.
Oh man, what a time. we have a time here, y'all. Over here, that's the flavor. What a wonderful show. You know what's crazy?
I kind of want to.
Go ahead. Go.
No, you go.
No, go.
Okay, all I was gonna say is I want to see this hamster ball that this Florida man actually ran in.
Like, it's not even a hamster ball. It's literally like a big lobster cage. And then it's got like 2 paddle wheels on the side that are also like intersected with buoys. Like, it's not. And like then he like built some seats in the like the middle and like some kind of like plywood or cardboard like cover on the top. But like, not great. It's not great. Yeah, I think I could build something better personally. And that's saying a lot. Not against the Florida man, but against myself. Like,
that is saying a lot.
Yeah. I almost failed woodshop, kids.
That does not surprise me.
Yeah. I also almost failed keyboarding when I was...
I mean, anybody who sees you key wouldn't be surprised.
Shush, quiet. No,
this man still types with just 2 fingers.
No, I don't. I'm better now. I just don't do like the full typey, but I don't peck anymore, alright?
He still slightly pecks. I've watched him.
Sometimes under stress.
See, that's the thing. I mean, you can only, unless you record yourself by yourself doing it, there's no proof.
Yeah. One day, thousands of subscribers special, Christian will learn how to type.
You're still a pecker. It's kind of like, it's like learning how to write a bike.
Episode 37, you're still a pecker.
It's like learning how to ride a bike, but it's Christian learning how to type in the 21st century.
Tell you what, no, I'm not going to set a goal for that. No.
Hey, we still got the milkshake goal for 2 years from McDonald's. I think that's our next big one. And then if we get that, Then we'll do this one.
It's true. It's true. And on that note, we're gonna bring this episode of That's the Flavor to a close.
37.
What?
Woo, woo, woo.
Dude, it's kind of wild. Like, we're gonna be hitting episode 50, like, beginning of next year.
It is kind of crazy.
Kind of wild, yeah.
I wonder if we could get it so the first episode of 2024 is 50.
I don't think so. I think we'd have to do like a bonus episode or something in there because I mathed it out. I think it'll be like the second week of January.
Okay.
I'm not entirely sure though, because right now we're at 37. No, we might.
37.
There's
37, and we have one more week of September.
We might have to take like a week break, like a
So
holiday
that's
break or something.
38, and then 4 weeks in October.
4 weeks in November.
That would be 42, and then 46, and then
we'd have to take a week off. No, because our last episode of December, would be
would 50. Be 50. Yeah,
so we have to take a week off.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's kind of a good way to end.
Maybe we'll see. But we'd like to thank you guys for listening to this week's episode of That's the Flavor. We'll schedule out when our episode 50 is gonna happen later here in the year. Thank you guys for listening.
Or next year.
Yeah, or next year. That's true. Thank you guys for listening to this week's episode. I appreciate each and every one of you. We appreciate each and every one of you. I do too. Buds. I was gonna say I said but it's we. It's we. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for supporting.
Flavor.
We are flavor. But thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for following on the socials, on YouTube, just checking out all this stuff. Without you guys, we would not be doing this. And you guys are pretty awesome, pretty great. I mean, this episode was pretty awesome. Doesn't even feel like all this time's gone by. It feels like we've been talking for like 20 minutes, honestly.
Legit.
But yeah. Thank you guys for your support. If you guys aren't already following us on any of the social medias or on your favorite podcast platform, go ahead and go do that. Especially if you're a Spotify listener, there are polls and Q&As over there for you. You can go ahead and leave a 5-star review, or a review, I should say. Only 5 stars if you feel like that's adequate for what we deserve. You can go ahead and follow us over there as well. It helps bump our statistics and numbers, so more people will also see our stuff. And yeah, just thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for supporting. I have been Christian.
And I have been Ozzy.
And we will catch you guys all next Monday. Take care and goodbye.
Nom.